My name is LexC, and thank you so much for joining me for this book review for the book, The Mindful Millionaire by Leisa Peterson. Overcoming scarcity, experience true prosperity, and create the life you really want. This is part 2 of the book review. Alrighty. Part 1, which I already did. Part 1 was mainly about the psychology and the mindset and identifying things in our past, identifying and resonating with things in the book that bring attention to stuff that we need to have more awareness of, right? But in this part 2, I want to get into the actionable steps, and I want to get into the I Prosper process, which is introduced in this book. It's in part 2 of the book. And I wanted to break these two things up because it would have been an hour-long episode if I did it all in one. Didn't quite want to do that. So thanks for joining me for part 2. Make sure you check that out if you're interested in it, part 2. I'll put the bubble somewhere, one of these sides of the screen. But yeah, this is the I Prosper process. And let's get into it, okay? So, yeah, quick overview of what I Prosper stands for. It is an acronym. I is for intention. P is for pattern. R is for reclaiming your feelings. O is for opportunity. S is for story. P is for permission. E is for evidence. R is for reinvent your life. Okay? And I just want to briefly go over some things, like what exactly do each of these things mean, and what are some of the actionable steps and exercises that this I Prosper process introduces to help us get out of that scarcity mindset, to help us experience true prosperity, and to help us create the life that we really want. So the first one, step 1, is I is for intention. How do you want to feel by the time you finish this process? What is your intention? Alrighty. If you do not set the intention for what you want to happen, then you're like a man with no vision. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you're going. And we don't want that. So you have to set your intention and come into this with an idea of where you want to be. Where am I? Do I like where I am? If I don't like where I am, where do I see myself? Where do I want to be? And set that intention for yourself. This is where I am, but this is where I want to go. All right. And I'm just flipping through because I should probably follow along here. This is a quote by Wayne Dyer that's included on this. So this is chapter 10, I is for intention. It says, "Our intention creates our reality." And again, that's a quote by Wayne Dyer. Okay. It's designed to help you create your money mindfulness practice and set intentions for what you wish to explore, understand, and integrate during the I Prosper process. And what really sticks out to me about this particular step is the introduction of the idea of taking yourself on a money date and the idea of meditating on, what is your relationship with money? What parts do you like? What parts do you not like? When you spend money, what do you notice? Do you feel good or do you not feel so good? Why is that? Take note of it. So one of the things is going to be to take yourself on a money date either once a week. This author recommends once a week at least. You could do that once a week or once a month. No, money date is once a week. Anything to do with money, buying something, giving it away, asking for it, to borrow or whatever, or just asking to have it outright with no intention of paying back. Doing these things and then taking note of how it makes you feel. Write about how it made you feel. That's the important part. It's noticing, how do I feel when I spend money, when I receive money? That's the whole point of the money date. Next up is taking note of your money experiences. So write about one of your past negative or positive experiences with money, something that you feel a great deal of pleasure about or a lot of shame or guilt about. When you're done, take a few moments to feel deep gratitude for what happened and all that you learned through the experience. If you wrote about something that made you feel good, no other actions are necessary. If you wrote about something that was painful, then offer forgiveness to yourself and anyone else involved in the process. If for any reason you feel like it would help you release negative experiences from the past, you can tear up or burn what you've written. Trust whatever comes to you through this process, especially when you're getting started. And then the last part of this is the gratitude notes. You're going to write down what you are thankful for. Along the way, you'll likely find yourself wanting to write about gratitude. This will come about spontaneously and will likely grow over time. This is just a reminder that when you want to write about thankfulness and how you feel about your life, your journaling is awaiting you. Okay? So those are some of the things that the first step introduces. I is for intention. So you start to recognize your relationship with money. When you're receiving money, when you are spending money, how does it feel? We're starting to take note of those things. Step 2, P is for pattern. Okay. And this step initiates awareness of the scarcity patterns that have been working against you when it comes to money. The exercises and stories are aimed at helping you better understand your past money behaviors and teaching you how to apply my framework based on the 7 sacred truths into your relationship with money. So the 7 sacred truths, which is in part 1, I talked about the chakras. This is exactly what the 7 sacred truths are. The root chakra is your security lens. The sacral chakra is your desire lens. The solar plexus chakra is your power lens. The heart chakra is your love lens. The throat chakra is your expression lens. The brow chakra is your integrative lens. The crown chakra is your vision lens. Alrighty. Another introduction that they give us, like another practical step, practical exercise that is given, is keeping a belief notebook. In addition to doing the money dates, in addition to taking note of your money experiences, you're going to keep a belief notebook. Continue to write down the beliefs you find yourself discovering when it comes to money, scarcity, relationships, abundance, and anything else. Okay. And this is a weekly thing that you're going to do. Weekly, you're going to journal about your beliefs, your money beliefs. You're going to journal what happened with these money dates that you took yourself on. You're going to journal about your money experiences, at least one of your past experiences that with money that remains vivid in your mind. And you're going to take note of all of your gratitude notes, everything that you are grateful for. And what I really like about the practices that this is introducing, it's encouraging us to identify patterns to change them. I heard this somewhere, but I don't remember where I heard it. But basically, what's not tracked is not measured. And if you're not paying attention to something, it's doing what it wants to do. And I learned this about money a very long time ago. I realized this about my relationship with money. Much like any other relationship in our lives, if you don't tend to it like a garden, it dies, it dries out. Animals come in and steal the crops, or, the soil becomes barren. The foundation is not taken care of. It's the same thing with money. You have to mind your money. Hence, being a mindful millionaire. You got to mind it. It's a relationship. You've got to put in the effort. You've got to take notice of what's happening when you feel a certain way. How is that affecting your money? If you were in a relationship, if I'm feeling upset and sad, is that throwing off the vibe of my partner? Money in your relationship with money is like a partnership. So how are you playing off of each other? Is it benefiting you, or do some things need to change? So that's what I really like about this one. P is for pattern. It's recognizing the things that we do in regards to money. Step 3, R is for reclaiming your feelings. This step addresses the importance of getting in touch with your feelings and coming into your power as an intuitive being. You will be invited to reveal new dimensions of insight through the journaling exercises, right? This is recognizing where certain beliefs started as a child and deciding if you want to keep believing those things or start creating your own beliefs. At least that's what I took away from this section. This really coincides with like your money experiences and what was the other one? Your money experiences and your belief notebook. So it's going even further into those things. Alrighty. Step 4, O is for opportunity. right? This step is about exploring yourself and your belief systems. You'll be invited to look inside of your fears and dive into the process of finding balance within your relationship with money, which helps you step more fully into your own sense of power. And what I took away mainly from this one, creating a balance with spending and saving. That's what I mainly took away. And this introduces the idea of tracking your spending for at least 30 days. Tracking your spending for at least 30 days. That is what is introduced in here. All right. What is this? Page 209, mindful moments of reflection. When it comes to earning money, I do the following. When it comes to spending money, I do the following. When it comes to managing money, I do the following. When it comes to saving money, I do the following. When it comes to investing money, I do the following. When it comes to receiving money, I do the following. When it comes to giving money, I do the following. Write a summary about how you engage with money. Be bone-crushingly honest with yourself. And this is about becoming mindful. So again, that money tracking process comes into play really heavy. This is an opportunity to understand is there balance with your money or is there imbalance? If there is, where is it coming from? We are getting anal about it and we are pinpointing exactly what's going on with our finances. Next one, step number 5, S is for story. This step helps you understand the context of your life and how it relates to your money. Here's where you can see not only how your beliefs got created, but the choices you've made as a result of those beliefs and how they are affecting your money. I introduced the hero's journey as a framework to better understand your past so you can ultimately play a significant role in the creation of what you want your money story to look like in the future. Okay, so it's digging even more into your money experiences and your money beliefs, and we're getting into switching our mindset into thinking on a more positive wavelength versus only resorting to the negative stuff, right? Next is step number 6. P is for permission. Now, this step turns your attention to giving yourself permission to create what you most want going forward. This is when we get practical about integrating what you've learned about your past, who you really are, and how you want to engage with money. The emphasis is on using holistic financial planning to help you create a foundation for your personal transformation, right? And I want to go to page 242. It mentions the holistic financial plan. And I'm just going to read really quickly. Developing your holistic financial plan. Determine key decision makers in your life. Define your resource base and financial resources. This is what you have to work with. So your income. Create quality of life goals. What do you want to do in life? What do you want to maintain? In part 1, I talked about wanting to be able to maintain my looks, my hair, my nails, and being able to go shopping when I want to so I can feel pretty and in turn look better. That's something that is a quality of my life that I want to improve. And for me, making more money would improve that for me. So some examples they have here is health, finance, money, business, career, relationships, spiritual and emotional health, and environment. And it also mentions your personal net worth statement. This is comparing your assets to your liabilities and calculating your total net worth based on that. All right, next up is step 7. E is for evidence. E is for evidence. This step tackles the financial planning process and details specific actions you'll want to put in place. You'll also be developing your practical financial knowledge based on what you've learned about your limiting beliefs and scarcity patterns of the past. You will identify immediate changes and strategies that will help you jumpstart your future. The idea here is to ensure your financial life becomes a reflection of your true self. So everything is going to come into line, breaking down everything that you should be keeping track of to really get going with being in a better position financially. This might seem like a lot, but it feels so much better knowing where you stand. There's less fear around something once you identify it, once you recognize it. Now you can determine, is this good for me? Is it bad for me? If I like it, keep it. If I don't like it, okay, what do we need to change about it, right? Building your financial house. Money activities include money tracking, knowing and understanding credit score, income generation, how are you going to make more, building emergency funds, building savings, building retirement savings, insurance planning, estate planning, money feeling goals. Consider what can be done to help you sleep better at night with the goal of helping you feel good about where you are with your finances. Alrighty? So it goes through all of these different things. Spending and saving, debt management, money visioning, which is a gratitude journal. For those in a partner relationship, addressing how you and your partner, do y'all coincide? Like, are y'all cohesive with how you deal with money, or do y'all have very different money stories and how you handle it? For parents, they've got collaboration with financial partners, income management, money tracking, insurance planning, tax planning, that's a new one, home mortgage management. For business owners, investing, giving, mortgage management, we said that, debt payoff, money tracking, investing. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this one. And just going through like all of the different chakras, if I'm not mistaken. Next up, which is the last one, step 8, R, is for reinvent your life. In this final step, everything comes together. You realize how far you've come and celebrate your ability to make choices and decisions from a greater understanding of yourself. Now you get to learn about ways to set goals so you can put all that you've learned into practice. We'll also explore the remaining steps you will want to commit to ensure your ultimate success and financial wellness. And I'm going to skip over to page 287. Well, actually, let's go to 282 first. High octane financial goal setting. Number 1, pick your top 3 financial goals based on what you've learned through this process. Notice the feelings you want to create inside by achieving these goals. Number 2, passion test your goals by making sure they are things you are excited about completing by asking yourself, what excites me most about these goals? Number 3, name your financial goals according to what you want. For example, if one of your goals is to save enough money to take a tropical vacation, then name your financial goal Aruba Vacation Savings Account or whatever place fits. By naming it, you remind yourself about why you are saving rather than spending, which is helpful to keep you on track. I have an online banking account with ally.com, and one of the cool features with them, and I'm sure with like most financial institutions, but you can label your accounts with different names, and it's like keeping things organized in a way so that you know how to identify and give purpose, give a job to the dollars that come into that account. All right, number 4, timestamp your goals. In order to achieve goals, you need to set a timeline of when you will complete them by. Number 5, picture your financial goals. Now that you know what you want and when you want it, create a visual image of the goal. You could do this with vision boards. All right, you can do this by creating a vision board. Oh, that's the next sentence. Creating a vision board that includes pictures and words about your goals. And once it's done, be sure to keep it close so you're seeing it every day. Also, notice again how you want to feel by achieving these goals. Number 6, create sub-accounts. This is a way to make your savings accounts high-octane ones, in that they can be helping you accomplish many goals at one time. For each of your financial goals, you can ask your bank to help you create sub-accounts. For example, you might have your Hawaii vacation account and your financial freedom account under one umbrella. So this is something else that's really cool with Ally Bank. And again, you got to check with your bank to see if they even do this. But on ally.com, something that I really got into was having a high interest yielding savings account. So traditional banks, like for example, my Wells Fargo, it's like 0.02% interest. So not even 1% of interest that the savings account is generating on the money that's just sitting there. But with Ally, I get anywhere from 4 to 4.5%. And with the savings that I have right now, that I think I have like $20 to $30 that's being generated just because my money is sitting there and accruing that high interest. And a little $20 helps every month. It's better than just making like 2 cents every 3 months. You know what I mean? So I have one account. I used to have separate accounts and name them different things, but with Ally, you can create what's called savings buckets. So I have one main account, which is the umbrella, and then I can have buckets in that one account. So for example, what are some buckets I have? I have a 3-month expense, 3-month emergency fund. I have a payroll surplus. I have business taxes for 2024. I have a home fund. I have a car emergency fund. I've got medical emergency fund. I've got a vacation fund. I've got taxes for an income generating app that I use. I make sure that I pull out the taxes and keep it holding in there. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Yeah, I think I have like 8 different envelopes or 8 different buckets. So that's something. So now instead of having like $200 here, $500 here, $1,000 here, now I have like whatever all of that equals. Let's say instead of splitting $1,000 between 5 different accounts, now I have $5,000 in one account, but how much each envelope holds is labeled because I can label the buckets whatever I want them to be. So that's something that's really cool. I think y'all should check out. And then the last one, automate your success. Once you get your accounts created, then you can set up automatic direct transfers to go from your checking account into your savings sub accounts. This is something that I finally have like 100% automation on my bills and my savings. And I started getting the confidence to do that because of this book, because I started feeling more positive about my financial future, right? So I finally have all of my bills automated and I have all of my saving automated. I had to look back at my earnings and be like, hey, I'm consistently hitting this much money in my account every single month and have been doing so for at least the past 2-3 years. I think it's safe to say that I'm also within my budget. And go back to part 1 where I talk about how I cut out as much as I possibly can. I can't cut no more expenses, but I've consistently stayed within my budget. I've consistently made this much money every single month for the past 2-3 years. Let's take a leap of faith and assume that I will always make this. Now let's automate my bills getting paid off based off of that. So my mortgage automatically takes out every month. My HOA automatically takes out. Internet automatically, water, gas, electric automatically takes out. Only thing that doesn't is like groceries and car. I pay that on a credit card. And then I got to make sure that I pay that off every week, or at least at the end of the month. I do it every week though. And then for my savings, I have a plan for myself. I want to save at least $100. That's what I finally got to this year as well. I can save $100 out of what I'm making every month. 20 is going to go to my little retirement account in the Stash app that I use. 20 is going to go to vacation. 20 is going to go to medical emergency, building that up. 20 is going to go to my 6-month bucket saving account. And then I think the other 20, what's the other 20? Goes to paying down my credit card debt. So not really saving, but like helping me get to a certain point. But anyway, I have those savings financial goals for myself. All right. And I'm really proud of myself. I automated them and now I don't have to worry about it. I just got to keep doing what I've been doing. And now that I'm making what I make and I know that those are handled, now I can focus on not when are these things due, but how do I make more money so that I can continue not worrying about these things. Alrighty. So now we're at the very last part. Page 287 is the prosperity contract. And listen to this. Repeat after me. I think I'll do that. Repeat after me, okay? I am prosperous. My experiences with money are teaching me every day how to live in prosperity, freedom, and joy. I will no longer be held hostage by limiting and confusing beliefs about money, about scarcity, and abundance. I now commit myself wholeheartedly to the following self-mastery practices: daily meditation, breath work, and journaling. Money dates on a monthly basis at a minimum. I now commit myself to growing my wealth and my well-being. I commit to frequent review of my finances for the coming 90 days. This will help me to stay on target with setting, maintaining, and achieving the goals I've set for myself. This will help me solidify the positive habits I will apply to my life and my finances from now on. I will make time on a consistent basis for my personal self-development, which includes reading financial books that help me learn things that will aid in the achievement of my financial goals. I know there is much to learn, and I will take it one day at a time. I commit to repeating I prosper 1 or 2 times within the next 6 months to see what I've learned and how far I've come in the process. I will explore what new things appear that I can learn and grow from. I will reach out to those who support me in pursuing my goals and dreams, including friends, family, and therapists as needed. I commit myself to excellent self-care, sleep, diet, exercise and yoga, and things that make me feel really good. For the duration of my life, it is my responsibility to take excellent care of myself and pay attention to my inner voice at all times. Signed by, and now what's today and what time is it? That's the contract you just made with yourself. And that concludes the full review of The Mindful Millionaire by Leisa Peterson. Overcome scarcity, experience true prosperity, and create the life you really want. This book has set me on a path that has helped to kind of like reignite a flame within me. Unfortunately, like I mentioned in part 1, I have not been taking the best mental care of myself. I've not been in the best mood. I haven't had the best attitude, but I really feel like this has opened up a part of me that's become more hopeful, and it's allowing me to believe again that I can have what I want. I deserve the things that I want, and I have the ability to get what I want as long as I put my mind to it, and as long as I identify the things I want, identify the things I don't want. How can I make it happen? How can I get rid of the things I don't want in my life? You know what I mean? So I really recommend this book, and I thank you all so much if you sat through parts 1 and parts 2 of this book review. Comment down below or leave a review saying, I'm gonna do it. And that's how I'll know that you made it through and that you are going to be on your way to being a mindful millionaire. Alrighty. So my name is LexC. Thank you so much for tuning into this. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a review if you're listening on a podcast platform. I thank you so much for joining me on this book review of The Mindful Millionaire by Leisa Peterson. And again, my name is LexC. Until next time, peace.